when it comes to the if they're actually going to be making top 2 or not. Or that's like a good, maybe a good look at maybe captain, for example. So if I really agree, like I feel like they're outdrafting every opponent or something like that, okay, then very likely their 5 is a good captain. For NoBountyHunter, that would be Flash, who has been around for a little bit. I think he played on Kai P for a minute or two. So yeah, he's been around. I can't fault his drafting yet, so see what happens.
See what happens. Can't fault his drafting yet. We are going to find out how this drafting is going to go down, who's going to take the edge off, and who is going to basically do well. We'll have a good start in this series. Hippomaniacs versus NoBountyHunter after the break.
The next label play. The next label play.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Puck.
Radiant team pick.
Rebel
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Clockwork.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Race King.
Seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Dreamleague Season 14, powered by Intel, continues here. We are ready for the draft in this lower division DPC league between Hippomaniacs and NoBountyHunter. Hippomaniacs standing at 0-2. They could really use this win. Maybe a bit of a confident booster. And NoBountyHunter standing 1-1 at the moment. We are joined by Purge on the big screen. We have Cap, Odie Pixel with me as well. And yeah, draft inbound. Purge, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about these two openings?
Clearly an outdraft already. No, I think Wraith King Shadow Shaman's semi-safe. Shadow Shaman has some dispel or some stun issues on the enemy lineup though, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for him to channel fully this game. But both openers are pretty flexible.
Yeah, when I go through Hippomaniacs draft, I feel like I'm seeing in general the same kind of openers. It's either a Wraith King opener, a Puck opener. Phoenix and Shadow Shaman are kind of thrown around a bit. So they probably just look at this. I think if it's like they see a Void Spirit, they're like, okay, 1-1, we're going to pick Puck. They see a Puck, they're like, okay, we're going to pick Wraith King because it's not really a hero that's bursted down so easily because he's alive. So that's... I think they're just like, in general, have this philosophy that if the enemy team shows a core in the first one too, that they are willing to invest in it.
Well, I think it's going to be a difficult one for Hippomaniacs. That Puck was tearing up the game the other day against Metaphor Pro when Ducky played it. So I think NoBountyHunter is going to be pretty happy that they got that in first. They don't mind.
Do they have the boy?
This early.
They got the boy. Desires here. I just wanted...
Yeah, oh yeah, no stand-in today. Still with the full roster. His Earth Spirit, of course, though, rightfully banned out in that first phase by Hippomaniacs. You cannot let him have his level 20s Earth Spirit.
It's because it's late. You know? Done with football.
True. Training is during the day. In the evening, you play Dota. Professional football player during the day.
All right, and they pick Beastmaster into the Witch Doctor, which I still like it just because I, in general, like it against Wraith King. I feel like it pressures that hero pretty hard because he's got no armor in lane. You're able to kind of shove him out before he gets level 6 sometimes, take his tower.
Witch Doctor should be able to stabilize him though. I mean, Cask against his summons can be really, really effective, but usually like he solves most of does his job usually just by roaring, so maybe not as much of a counter. But in the laning stage, it feels like they're able to kill boars often, or at least lock them out of these trades.
What I've seen a lot of Beastmasters do when they're completely countered by a Troll, Crystal Maiden, Witch Doctor, what they very often do is just get Axes level 1. So they don't summon the boar right away. I've seen some Beastmasters even go 2 levels of axes, but most of them are going to get like level 2, 3, start leveling up the boar and not summon it until it's stronger and less likely to get picked apart.
Did you know it'd be so strong? Yeah, I don't know if they want to play it, but if they picked a 5 AA, have the clock as a 3 or a 4, you've got the Beastmaster. I mean, all these 3 heroes set up for a blast, and the blast would destroy Timber, Witch Doctor, and Wraith King.
Can't miss blast in this setup.
I don't know if I like it that much against Wraith King though. Limiting some of his heals and burst enemies just going to resummon, and then your A is a little bit weak. Like A would get picked apart by all the disables otherwise.
I think one of the most important things for AA as well is have a strong core to lane with in that regard to actually make Cold Feet a good spell. Don't have that yet.
What are some good carries that match up well against Wraith King? Everything's in the pool still. Ricky looks kind of good here because of Shadow Shaman and Witch Doctor being very vulnerable. So you can see that. They're going to go with Ursa instead, though. She'll lane a lot better against Timber.
One problem I have with this matchup is I've seen it a number of times that Timbersaw is not actually the biggest food for Ursa because what many Timbersaws do is they level up Timber Chain right away and they just kind of like push in the wave while simultaneously using their mobility to stay kind of away from the Ursa. And if you have the right kind of support behind you, strong laning support like Shadow Shaman does, it actually turns into a lot of damage. So I think they still need a pretty solid 5 to make sure this is able to pressure the Timbersaw. Simultaneously, it could actually be a Clockwork 5 because there's a Shadow Shaman. So you know, like 1-to-1, you feel pretty good about that.
Hippomaniacs there, banning out some further 5. So, I mean, there's definitely that flexibility here from NoBountyHunter with the way they do want to lane. First 2 openers.
Yeah, we have seen Flash also play Clockwork, by the way, so they do have that flexibility of yeah, indeed, getting just
It's too bad they banned Phoenix themselves, just because I actually think against the Timbersaw, it's pretty damage. You've got a good protector in the Beast. What other what other really good supports are there? Make sure you've got like the overall team fight. Like you want sort of like that AoE zone team fight against Wraith King, but also it would be nice to have some.
We saw Desire play Tusk yesterday.
I like if I'm doing anything, I'm doing a ranged 4 here, or I'm doing a ranged 5.
Okay.
Just because Clockwork already kind of covers some of those bases.
10 seconds remaining.
Fair.
That's how I feel about it.
The next label play.
Something with a save would be kind of good against like Maledict and Shadow Shaman Initiation. I feel like ideally with some slows, because I feel like they have pretty good potential to just kite Wraith King a little bit more disable.
Radiant team pick.
No Grimstroke, no Oracle. There's still Crystal Maiden.
No, Crystal Maiden banned out.
Apparition.
The AA still coming out as Owen.
Dude, I think this is so good. I think this is just insta-win for NoBountyHunter. They've completely outdrafted them. I don't care what this final pick is.
GG out now, Hippos.
Straight outdraft. Easy game for Radiant.
10 seconds remaining.
You don't think there's
yeah.
anything they can do to save their draft?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is pretty good from NoBountyHunter. 10 out of 10.
They just need they need a divey mid spirit hero. But most of them are banned.
Yeah, we only have Storm actually left. Void, Earth, Ember, all banned. There's no more spirits, right? No, that's it.
Outside of Puck, Storm is kind of that's about it. Beastmaster is a little bit of a problem too. They need somebody to move around and make ganks start. Basically. It can't just be Shaman.
I like Yule's heroes, but Void Spirit's banned. Mars is a mid Yule's hero, but I don't know how I feel about that. Is there any other mid Yules?
We are going to see a TA. There's no cheering on the board here. What do you all of you are looking slightly
Wraith King needs time to work. Timbersaw is very laning focused. Like I think you wanted a playmaker, right? Like you wanted a playmaker that actually, makes things well. Okay. In this regard, they're going to be playing a lot for farming.
All right.
I feel like their opponents are just going to invade them and clear their stacks and make. If they slow down TA, the game's going to get really, really hard.
Thank you, Purge. We'll come back to you after the game. Nobody seemed really convinced about this Templar Assassin pick that we saw coming out last. TA has to set the tempo cap. Is that the way to victory for them?
Yeah, they certainly have to win lanes. That's for sure. Because if they lose lanes, their natural fallback is like Wraith King and Templar Assassin both want to occupy a lot of neutrals. And then you've got Timbersaw as your sole, like, kind of laning hero that's trying to draw a lot of attention. I don't have total faith in it. I think the Ancient Apparition is not a bad answer to the Timbersaw setup, where they already have a lot of magic damage to throw down as well. I don't remember whose squad that is, though.
That was NoBountyHunter.
That was NoBountyHunter that had even better. Going for the NoBountyHunter lineup then. I think they drafted well, and they're the better team.
There you go. Owen?
Yeah, I think the same. I think NoBountyHunter's lineup is 11 out of 10. I'll give 11 out of 10. And as I said before, I was very worried about them getting some of their strong heroes because I think they're just going to smash it. Ducky's got the puck. And Desire, he was tearing it up on the Earth Spirit. I think he's going to be able to play sort of a similar game on the Clockwork, just causing general havoc. And I think if you're running a mid TA and a carry Wraith King, it's a little too greedy. And I think Hippomaniacs are going to get crushed by this drop.
Well, always optimistic. That's what I heard Moxie say about Owen the other day. Always happy, optimistic. Moxie, these teams are doing something to Owen that no optimism. Well, optimism for NoBountyHunter. Let's head over to Moxie and Brian and talk about this one.
Oh my goodness. Well, it seems like our panel is like a straight sweep across the board. They're really liking NoBountyHunter. BSJ, what do you think about this? Do you think that there's hope for the hippos here? Are they hungry hippos, or are they just gonna get run over?
I think the only hope for the hippos is if Kyle bets himself running around naked outside on NoBountyHunter once again. I think they basically have to screw up the lanes. If everything goes normally, they just have the one-to-one counters needed to kill everyone on Dire, while they don't really have the opposite to kill everyone on Radiant. So I think the lineups will kind of play themselves out unless there's some wonky stuff.
Dear, well, Stanny has just walked into 3 heroes, so he is going to be the sacrificial first blood. So not the best start here, unfortunately, for the side of the hippos. How do they shore up these lanes, BS? How do we make sure that these hippos have a fighting chance?
I think it's mainly the TA just dominating the puck. It is a matchup that is favored for TA, and it's all about him hitting his timings basically so early that he's allowed to run around with that Deso Blink Dagger before the invasions really start to happen. They don't really have somebody that can tank the Beastmaster Roar. Timbersaw on paper is able to do so, but once that AA gets the 6th, they should have enough damage to bring him down with Dumbo.
All eyes over here on this mid lane. Mumbos and, of course, Nsaki on his puck here. Definitely, I've asked the players actually early on some of their favorite heroes, and that is definitely high on the list. I believe that's his favorite. Pretty decently considered.
It seems like it's one of those matchups I've seen recently that usually Puck doesn't do very well against TA, but right now TA is kind of a mediocre hero while Puck's a very good hero. So all the times I've seen it, it's gone relatively even, and I just don't think the TA picks enough to negate the Puck's impact moving forward throughout the game. All these heroes are so nice when you look at like how hard they are to bring down on Dire, but they just have the ability to kind of kill you multiple times. So much sustained damage over the course of team fights coming out from NoBountyHunter that I don't think they'll have a problem chewing through all these beefy boys, but they are aggroing, which is a good way to slow down the Ursa and a good way to enable the Timbersaw. I'm just always going to be concerned when you're enabling a Timbersaw. It's kind of similar to Morphling. When it's against an Ancient Apparition, these heroes really function very well through that Ice Blast.
A little careful. That's a Fairy Fire. He's trying to outplay Mumbos here, but to duck away and avoid side blades. Have we seen a successful TA yet?
I personally have not. I've seen it fail, I think, twice now. The farming mids just aren't that potent right now, it seems. Usually all the attention is on the carries, but bottom we are seeing a force. Just back to tower though. Looks like he's got a lot of stats and regen. The lane's looking very good for Hippomaniacs bottom, as Ursa's only got 6 CS as it's shoved into the opponent tower. So Ursa's really not hitting creeps down here.
Is that going to be enough, though? Are they going to be able to cover here?
If they get this kill top,
Ooh.
Okay. The thing when I look at tri-lanes or like aggro like this, it's all about what's happening in the other 2 lanes. So I see a 17-2 Puck to a 12-0 TA, and I see a Timbersaw that just died. The reason why the solo lanes matter so much more is because they're getting solo experience. Even if this tri-lane Ursa is not doing the best, as long as his other cores do well, he'll have time to recover.
Oh, they're trying to make the moves down here on Flash, and they've got enough damage, though. He is going to get taken down here. Khan needs to be a little bit careful. There's quite a few people, but Desire's also here with the battery assault, so they'll get a kill on Muff. Go and throw up those cogs, but they're still going to end up losing Khan, and now Desire is forced to run away, so a bit of trading back and forth here. Definitely the Hippos to take down Khan.
I guess their saving grace might be bottom lane, going really well for them. I'm I'm always gonna keep an eye out for this AA's levels. Level 6 means so much this game. Owen was super excited to see it, and I don't blame him. I'm kind of surprised they gave it to him. It kind of just removes the heroes from the pool. It almost seems like a gotcha pick. And Beastmaster against Timber is supposed to be heavily favored for Timber, but that early assistance from the Clockwork getting that kill seems to have really turned the tides of that lane as well in Radiant's favor.
Both doing the best that they can to try to get them favorable lanes, but like you said, things don't always go the way that you would like them. Eyes over here on the mid lane. Kentucky and, of course, Mambos duke it out. Again, that comes up just a little bit early with that, but still going to be able to the bottle as he makes way over, so that feels pretty good. And they haven't really... Oh, they did send Desire over. Okay, interesting. Thought that they would want to go and try to shore up these runes. And with the haste rune picked up on Kentucky, this is looking pretty nice for them as they take down Mambo. So that's not what you want. Forcing 2 TPs as well over into the mid lane.
Dire's middle tower is under
Now the problem with these solo lanes, how they're going for the Dire squad, is that they're gonna have to basically get rid of this tri lane as soon as, because they can't afford to keep sitting heroes bottom if that means their runes are not getting checked for them. You're seeing there the power of the Clockwork roaming compared to the Witch Doctor and Shadow Shaman, and he's smoked right back up, looking to make more happen.
Patiently, oh, the 5-minute rune. Muff is gonna walks over there. Doesn't send any nearby though. Very patient. Looks like they're going to try to make a little bit of moves, but Battery Assault coming up. Zara going to hold Muff into place, followed up with the AA. Trying to get that cold feet proc. Get it, but they did manage to go and secure the bounty rune here. Pretty darn good. Khan taking a lot of harass, though. Is going to have to hide over here in the trees, hoping that they don't find him. Unfortunately, they do have the means to cut down trees, so this is a dead bear in the woods.
Yeah, if I'm Khan, I'm just gonna look at the other lanes and reassure myself that, yeah, every time you play a game of Dota, at least one core has to have a rough start. If that's not the case, you're probably crushing. So we'll just assume pretty content with what's going on, at least if we minimize the speed.
Well, I mean, that is like one of the nice things about this particular group, right? Is that I believe 3 to 4 of the players have all played together multiple times. I think I know 3 of them played on 5 Comrades together. I forget, is it Desire who wasn't in the stack before? Is he the newcomer?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he's the one. He was talking about the inconsistency of because of the professional football situation.
Right. Careful here.
That is pretty damn cool, though.
The fact that he's a professional footballer.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the chance to cast these guys.
Yeah, they're really fun, for sure. I reached out to some of the tier 2 teams trying to get more information early on because, you know, it is the lower division and there's not as much information. But the NoBountyHunter guys were very, very eager to tell me about, you know, things that they like to play, who makes calls and whatnot. And I thought that was pretty... Love to get more information about more of the tier 2 teams. If you're interested, tell me no.
A lot of pressure coming out top from the Timber. He is level 6. Basically unkillable for now. For now is very important. I wonder if the Puck's going to try to make a move up here. I just wait for the Ancient Apparition to stick. He is getting all of his mana burned.
Yeah, and Mumbo's another TP forced down. They canceled it. It's not looking great now for this TA. Although, it looks like they don't want to dive too hard. They don't have a lot of creeps over by the tower. Waiting patiently. Hits off a deep ward. Zara running right at Mambos. No fear on this little guy at all. Trying to just chew through the refraction. Yep, down goes Mambos. This TA is not having a game. What do you do now?
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, when they last picked this TA, I think a lot of what the panel was concerned about is that Wraith King needs assistance early because he's against these kill threat heroes. He's also laning against the Timbersaw is not going to assist you early. So you're kind of on your own little island and you're against Puck Clockwork. Doing a great job of punishing. I don't really see how they can do much about that. Witch Doctor, Shadow Shaman, they just don't have that roaming prowess that this Clockwork's going to have in a 1-to-1 situation. And this is allowing Indiki to get every single room. Is making this so much easier for him to do what he needs to do in the mid lane.
They really have not been able to do a rotation supports on the side of Hippo. It feels almost like they put maybe too many eggs in one basket down here, trying to shut down Khan. And granted, it is doing pretty well, but it's causing the other lanes to suffer a bit. Although Desire over here, the shackles came out from up, but immediately get canceled over on the side. Senny will fall, and it looks like they're gonna lose both of these supports here now. Yeah, look at that. Desire just running them down and throwing down the taunt.
Radiant's middle tower.
Desire is carrying the living hell out of this game. Single-handedly gave Blink, like, even though Blink still lost top lane, he made this a survivable lane for him in such a terrible matchup. He's single-handedly won mid for his punt with the runes as well as the ganks. And now we're seeing Blink actually roar Timbersaw here. Is it gonna be enough?
Wow, they're trying really hard. They need to get over there a little bit faster, though. Don't have that damage. Desire, though, of course, you know, doing clockwork things, hoping maybe he'll turn around, maybe he'll get... But not really having that damage necessary. Gonna be a thorn in his side at the very least. Needs to be careful that he doesn't just die here as well. Very fire. Bought by Desire. Does have a couple of those raindrops too. I like that pickup.
Is under attack.
But the pressure is on in the top lane for sure. With the
Radiant's middle
tower,
is under
it's
attack.
likely not going to be there for very long. Although Khan needs to be a bit careful. The shackles come out from up, plus the malediction. Curry making his way over. Has the boys, has the stun. This is looking like it's gonna be a dead bear, but maybe he can take Sunny down with him before he goes down. It's not looking too great though. Needs a little bit more damage. Nope, there it is. He manages to go, takes down the witch doctor, and somehow this silly old bear is still alive and kicking. Try to run away here, maybe juke. Curry really wanting this, but he's not going to be able to do it. Oh, at the last second, doesn't have to cancel the TP onto the high ground. He's got that vision. So now Khan is just taking a little tour of the Dire's base. He's going to die here to that tower. That's enough time running around in circles.
Yeah, I like Curry's idea there. I'm going to stun him, and then I'm actually just going to leave. Because it's probably more inefficient for him to be in our base than to be dead, and he's chosen to take his own way out.
Another roar here in the top lane with the battery assault, though, being able to burn off some more of that mana. They go and they drop the dream coil. This is looking like a dead Timbersaw finally. And Desire is dominating.
Yeah, once Beastmaster gets Necrobook, I think being able to occupy the lane against him is kind of just a myth. People like to pick the Tidehunters, the Timbersaws, heroes that can normally tank through all this summons damage, but this early on, it's just too much, because you also have no mana.
Big problem. A Timbersaw without mana is a sad timber indeed. Muffo making a rotation. Wanted to try to go and grab Desire here, but unfortunately doesn't have that range yet. Full Ice Blast being tossed up here to the top lane.
Oh god, he just TP'd in after respawning.
Oh, he's gonna have to do the Walk of Shame if he dies here. Does have the Timber Chain though, and they are going to rotate. Yeah, oh, they cancel out the TP. Oh, I don't know about that. I think, oof, yep, he's dead. Absolutely wrecked there.
Dire's top tower is under
There are heroes in Dota that can operate from behind, few deaths early, and Timbersaw is not one of them.
tower has fallen.
Neither is TA, honestly. So many deaths on this hero, and she just falls apart. It's very bad if you're a Hippos fan right now.
#1 net worth on the charts, Puck. This hero can absolutely carry for like first 25 to 30 minutes of the game. Continues long enough, it can go even longer because of that phase shift attacks and that option for the talents. He is going for the Witchblade, already has it done at 12 minutes. That's going to chew through the refraction of the TA, going to give them that extra bit of burst damage through the Timbersaw and the Wraith King. I'm not liking what this game's looking like for Hippomaniacs.
Oh, the hook shot coming in hot, grabs two of them in the cock with the Ice Blast. It's beautiful. Sunny falls, and this is not looking great for the TA, although she does manage to get the kill on Desire, but down she goes. Mumbo's no longer alive. Wraith King didn't have anything there. He's dead, and now Muff is gonna fall as well. Blink's taking a lot of damage from those Serpent Wards, but in comes Peck. Sure what he hopes to do here. Maybe just try to clear off the creep waves. But Nthaki's gonna be able to go and just mess around with them, play a little bit with that silence, has Flash nearby. They're just gonna toy with him a little bit.
He'll be dead. He's got the Witch's Blade damage.
Does indeed. Does have the teleport coming out though from Sunny. Malediction comes out as well. Silence. Ntaki, he finds it. This little Puck.
What a sick TP. Oh, I
still
thought
dies.
he might be out.
A little bit too cheeky, perhaps. Yeah, look at the smile. Like, ha, got him. But this does go back to the fact that, you know, he had a really rough laning stage, right? This Ursa was not allowed to really hit creep, but it goes back to the idea of, hey, my lane's gonna suffer, but I know that Ducky's gonna have a really good lane and he's gonna make that space. And isn't that kind of what we're seeing?
Yeah, exactly. He's queued up the farming items, the phase boots into Battle Fury. He's kind of skimped out on all the small laning items as much as possible. So his timings just aren't going to be that delayed because now, yeah, his Battle Fury will be a bit late. But once he gets it, he'll be right back to normal.
Starts getting scarier. You can see the Curry doing the best he can. He is going to be going for that Radiance.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Muff is going to take an ice blast to the face down here. And he's careful because they're hunting. Yeah, look at that hook shot right in from the side. He's too old for this. And Desire finds himself yet another kill.
Yeah, light at the end of the tunnel for Hippomaniacs is this Radiance timing's pretty early for Wraith King, at least, all things considered, the fact that he was in tri lane. But the problem is, like, they just have too many heroes that need to farm and 2 supports that can't really do anything, help them, other than what seeing in the mid lane where you're just behind your course trying to protect them.
Sometimes that's the best you can hope for, but a couple of these bounces coming in. Desire taking a large chunk of damage, so down to that Maledict. Yeah, down he goes, but over on the side, the roar comes out. Oh my god, Muff just absolutely explodes. He'll follow up with the 3-man Dream Coil. Throw out the Illusory Orb, get that damage down. Mambos, he just got that Death Snow, but he can't do anything with it. Witch Doctor's gonna be next to fall, and it's not looking great here for Tepec. He's slowed down, Blink chasing after him. It's a double kill.
Hibernate.
Dire's middle
This
tower.
Beastmaster hero, man,
Radiant's bottom
I don't know. Oh, good. As he TP's bottom, he's gonna mana burn Curry down to 0. He could maybe chase him down.
Nice tower. He's got those archers. He's getting pincered on right now. Flash throwing out the ice blast. Will land. Bam. Slam dunk.
Just a reminder to people, if they don't know why this looks like so much damage, when Necrobooks got nerfed for farming, they actually got buffed for how much they do to heroes. The Beastmaster Aura, those things absolutely shred, as he has a 15-minute Necrobook 3. And I think that's just the Clockwork's impact on the top lane. Yeah, it's not a great matchup against Timbersaw because they got that little early bolster to his momentum. He's able to pretty much hit his normal times anyways, despite the hard lane matchup counter. And that's why it seems like, to me, what I've seen so far in DPC is these 1-to-1 counters in like the laning phase early game. As long as your lineup has like a better way to play the map, it just doesn't matter. Like, people are doing such a good job at enabling that early 5 minutes or so that the like 1-to-1 sheet counters on paper, it just doesn't play out that way.
I know you've put a very like large emphasis on the fact that the supports too, that should be able to go and push out waves. You don't really have that though on the side of NoBounty.
Yep, and everyone who shows up to Beastmaster's lane is going to get this treatment.
Pretty much what's happening over on the side. They managed to take down Muff. They'll turn back around. That is the reincarnation now. They get the roar out though. Blink hitting all of the spells. Will go though, get a kill. He gets the experience for it. Curry now left alone with Kentucky. It's not looking great for him because Kentucky gets a triple kill and they'll turn back around. They have Dust for this TA. She's just gonna get pushed back. She is being manhandled right now as Kentucky just clicks away and it's an ultra kill. I think you don't let Kentucky get this hero again, personally.
Yeah, I've seen 2 games of it now, and I think I've seen 2 games too many on the performances he's had. I don't think in patches where a hero like Puck is so strong, player like he's level 25 Dota plus on this hero. He's platinum tier, or master tier. Do not give this away in a patch like this.
But oh, Muff, oh no. You know what's coming. It's coming in out here.
Please.
He turns around because he's hoping maybe he can at least put some damage down, get a spell up, and immediately the Waning Griff comes out, silences him. Sunny's told, go back to your home. You're not welcome here. As now, Tepec is the only one dancing around the stairs, the only one who can really be here. But it's still so dangerous for this Timbersaw. And then Lucky's just playing with him. Oh, he went back in. Oh no, Sunny.
Short-lived creatures.
His life will let them know that they have a ward there. That
There you
doctor,
go.
you know, it was his death was for naught. It was not for naught.
I like the positivity, BSJ. Absolutely. Dream Coil will get used just on this Timber. He is taking so much damage. Needs to be so careful. In fact, Ducky says, yeah, you know what? We're just going to make sure that you don't get out of this at all. Go grab Muffy manages to go drop those Serpent Wards. So it looks like they're finally going to be able to get a kill, but they cannot get their hands on this Puck. He is way too slippery. And while this is going down, VSJ, look at that. Khan gets himself an Aegis with the Immortal. All the space in the world. He's recovered nicely. Now, second in terms of net worth from a very terrible laning state. Things are turning up real nice for NoBounty.
Yeah, I'm sure Stenny's a little bit frustrated because he died and he's like, guys, they have a ward there. And then his tip saw TPs dies and is like, they must have vision here. Been what happened, something along those lines. So
sounds like you've had
I know
this happen
support
to you.
players out there.
Sound a bit
We
triggered?
understand your plight, guys.
All right, well, movement going towards this top tower. Still looks like they're looking for an engagement, though. Mumbos, he can't even farm this camp. Look at this, they dropped the Necrobooks. They've got a big ol' Ice Blast coming in. Mumbos is most likely dead here, despite his best efforts. And over on the side, Muff is just getting poked away here by the bears. He goes running in here after the Timber Saw. They'll take down Zenny, and they'll take down Timber. And the only one left standing is the Wraith King. They've had it. They say, all right, this is just not working. We don't want to have to deal with this anymore. And they call the G. Good God.
Dire's middle tower.
Team morale GG right there. I don't see how that game was ever going to get better for them. The one shining glimmer of light at the end of that tunnel that I saw for them was the Wraith King Radiance timing, and they didn't even get that far. That game, the Beastmaster hero and the Puck hero, the tempo that they set.
And lessons are learned, hopefully, from that first game. What do you reckon, Purge? Which one are you gonna prioritize? We had the opening of the puck clock previous game. What was the biggest problem?
Clock did a really good job for sure, but I think he was extra effective because of the fact that TA wasn't the pyramid, and the two supports on the enemy side were both very vulnerable to Clock. So Puck is the more clear one. Even though Clock won the first like 8 minutes, Puck dominated did very well the first like 8 minutes, but destroyed the next 7 after that. So I think Puck is the obvious ban to take.
And would you be confident in letting then Lycan through? Because the first 2 bans from Hippomaniacs were Lycan, Earth Spirit previous game.
I feel like Lycan you can deal with a little easier. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the skill level being in the lower division versus the upper division, but it just felt like Puck punishes mistakes so much better. Burst damage, lanes very effectively, really high mobility. Those are things that are harder to deal with if you make small positioning errors, I feel like.
Or perhaps they have the chance to pick up Earth Spirit themselves. That would be something if Muff plays it as well, because they actually do ban out the Lycan still and have the Puck with that as well. Phoenix Nyx Assassin banned out by NoBountyHunter, and now Hippomaniacs has taken their time to think about this first pick. Owen was already getting up, already doesn't...
Chilling, yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, yeah, this is worrying. I mean, yeah, pick Earth Spirit right now. Do not let NoBountyHunter get Earth Spirit. Desire is literally level 26 on it. You saw what he did on the Clockwork. That's not his best hero. The Earth Spirit is his best hero. Do not let Desire have the Earth Spirit unless you want a very challenging game. So let's hope that Hippomaniacs, for their sake, pick it for themselves here.
You know what's funny is they literally ran back their last draft opener, the Shadow Shaman Wraith King into Witch Doctor, when they have second pick. They just ran that back. No subtlety whatsoever. And I was trying to think, I was looking at their draft and like, where did things really go wrong? And I felt like the aggro tri-lane was not something I was super happy with. And part of that happened because of this Timbersaw pick, where they see an Ursa and they're like, oh God, we have to keep our Timbersaw out of that lane. So they go for this aggro tri-lane. But as a result, the Clockwork's more effective. They don't have the support rotation into the Power Rune, which is why the Templar Assassin isn't able to really stay ahead of the puck in the first place. I think all that sort of stuff snowballs, and I don't feel like you have to stop that Timbersaw versus Ursa matchup. Like I've talked about before, I've watched a lot of Timbersaws lately, and they go Timber Chain level 1, and that lane is actually winnable as a result of that, instead of just trying to reactive armor tank your way through. It's a terrible idea. So, I don't know. I think that single decision just kind of ruined their draft entirely.
Will this single decision of letting Earth Spirit go through ruin their draft? So, what do you think, Bert? Sorry.
I was gonna say, I think tri-lanes so far have felt very iffy. Like I get the purpose. You're trying to really shut down your opponents, but it feels like if they just sit back a little bit and play it pretty slow, that they're going to eventually beat you in that tri-lane. At least that, like, yeah, you're a little zone, but like you're winning some other lane really hard. So I don't think we've seen a tri-lane really effectively work yet in either EU or CIS DPC.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Crystal Maiden's such a blasé hero to open with. I guess unless Liquid or something. I'm okay with this opener either way, just because they got Beastmaster. I always like it when first pick puts a kind of threat on the board and says, hey, you have to address this, because the advantage of second pick is that while they didn't take advantage of this so much, I don't think, you can pick up a core hero. Like they could have picked up Earth Spirit and then gone like Wraith King, or they could have done like Coddle plus Earth. And then they just go into the next banning phase. Okay, you've got 3 bans to protect whatever core pick you just grabbed. And as a result, you are not really punished for revealing a core very early. So I feel like I'm okay with both of these openers. I'm not a super big fan of double support openers, but hey, they got Coddle, and I think that tier is dope.
I think if anything, having the Earth Spirit, like, you have to pick that up. We saw how good it was on Desire earlier. And having the Keeper of the Light, again, it's the meta preferred support position 5, so crazy not to. One of the only times that I don't mind. Also, the duo support opening. We got an OD, a Bristol, and an Ember banned out on the side of Hippomaniacs. NoBountyHunter has removed Ricky, Wraith King, and is now thinking about their third ban, but prioritizing carries. So they're targeting Curry.
This is the toughest thing about the double support pick, is just that all the heroes that you really want to pair with are just removed instantly. So you're going to have to just draft something that's makes your lane not as super strong as you'd like. But at least I got 2 really good heroes, so that's going to go well. That lane might be a little weaker, might not be as strong in the mid game, but at least both of their heroes are going to look really good mid game.
There it is, the Bat Rider. This time not removed from the pool, I believe. It was banned previous. Oh, it was only last phase banned previous game.
Okay.
But we have seen Ducky on the puck. Sorry, on the puck as well, of course. But on the Bat Rider, I meant, in one of their wins as well.
Don't want to play CM against Bat. That sounds not fun. But they won't lane against each other. It probably will be Bat mid, I assume. Bat against Void we've seen a couple times. Works okay for both players, but rotation seems to be where the name is, where the game is at. Whoever gets killed by rotations ends up getting pretty far behind for the mid game.
I'm trying to think what Hippomaniacs, what really good 4 position kind of enable their lineup, because you have the freedom, I think, to be able to move around so far. When I've got this Beastmaster, I don't really want to sit in lane against a Coddle. That always feels kind of bad. So I want a 4 position that roams around a bit more. But I can't really get Clockwork because can't take advantage of any of those heroes, really. Or a Spirit kicks you out. Coddle's got his Blinding Light push. Bat Rider is flying. Same time, NoBountyHunter. TB. Okay.
All right, making a statement there. Wants to have the strongest hero in the game. Got it.
I kind of like it though, because if you think about like Bat Rider, Coddle, or Spirit moving around the map looking for fights, they can pull TB in really easily. It's harder for him to rotate to these kinds of fights, and Conjure Image against Beastmaster, it's going to give you some aura. You could Conjure Image Crystal Maiden, get aura for your team for a little bit. It's like 8 mana.
Value. You have a Keeper of the Light. I think you're going to be fine with mana.
Even better, you could do double Conjure Images.
Yeah.
For even more.
If you're Hippomaniacs now, you know that Terrorblade has got strong late game potential. They go for a Slark. I kind of feel like that leaves them a fairly limited window for victory. Is that a right read? Or am I off here?
It kind of just depends how much Slark snowballs. He's very good at killing Coddle, okay against killing Earth Spirit, for example. I assume they're going to try to do Slark mid versus Bat Rider. I think we've seen that. We saw Sigma play that multiple times.
Yeah.
Went very well for Miracle. I saw it played in NA region. I don't know if it was last night or the night before. It did not go as well for the Slark. He got solo killed. So it can go well for Slark if you play it really well, as Miracle did. But will they be able to do the same thing? It might not even be Slark versus mid versus the Bat either, but it seems something you can use if you play it well.
5 seconds remaining.
See, they banned Grimstroke because they want to make sure they don't get the Slark duo, I guess, if it is safe lane. I wonder if they just have I'm slightly confused. Is there any chance Void Spirit is a 4 position?
There's always a chance, I would imagine, for Hippomaniac.
It'd be bad against TB in lane, surely, because he's going to have Conjure Image to protect himself.
Yeah, I
Am I
agree.
crazy there? Like, if you can't land Void Stun as a support, why even play it there? There would be so many better heroes. But maybe they didn't know that until now, until the TB got picked.
Let's see. I always liked... Oh, damn it. Phoenix is banned.
Radiant team, Dire team pick.
I wanted to see the Bounty Hunter be played successfully, but it's banned.
Tusk doesn't really... Tusk can kill a pressure at TB, but I've seen basically what you do is tag team and run at him does his meta, because you can't actually win that man fight. But I really don't think you want to sit in this lane too much. Auto TB.
Radiant team.
Unless you're doing some sort of magic damage.
Okay, so for Shadow Demon, gonna aim for Ags eventually. Can protect against Bat Rider a little bit. The break isn't that incredible right now. Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, looks like they just like the disruption against the TB and being able to create some TB illusions, which always feels kind of powerful. It is a magic damage 4, just not really one that I've seen a ton of. So I don't have like a huge amount of faith in it. I think TB goes an early stick. Should get a good amount of regen out of this lane.
You may now select your heroes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh,
Mars
nice.
matches up well in lane against Slark generally.
Yeah, you're able to, like, the Slark matchup can be sometimes a little sway back and forth, but what I really like about this is Yule's heroes. I think Yule's Mars is like one of the hardest counters to Void Spirit because he just has no way. Like, he is such a mobile hero, but stats-wise, he's very squishy. One Yule Spear into a wall combo, he dies.
All right, Purge, final thoughts on the draft?
I just have tons of faith in NoBountyHunter. I think that they just seem like a much better team, and so I have a lot more confidence in whatever they pick.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we kind of all agree with Purge for that one, that we do think NoBountyHunter has the better squad. Cap, any glimmers of hope for Hippomaniacs? What do they need to do to force out the third game?
Who had the Mars pick and who had the TB pick?
Mars is on the side of NoBountyHunter.
Okay, good. Because, again, I was like, I'm siding with that lineup just because I like the Mars against the Void Spirit combined with... Is it also matched up against the TB? I'm sorry.
TB is on NoBountyHunter.
It's Khan.
Yeah.
No bounty.
Yeah, okay. So then, because I like that as well because it's hard for TB to be able to pump damage into, like, Arena. It's so annoying to play range core. Yeah, I think I like that pick overall. And Blink showed a lot of confidence in the Beastmaster. His laning was really good against him, so I was impressed.
What needs to happen then for Hippomaniacs to force out a third game, Owen?
Well, they need to find themselves a time machine, go back about 10 minutes and ban the Earth Spirit instead of banning the Lycan, or alternatively pick the Earth Spirit instead of letting NoBountyHunter have it as their first pick. Because if you didn't see the game the other day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure you're about to be in store for quite a treat when it comes to Earth Spirit performances here by Desire.
Bat Rider has to go off.
Bat Rider has to go off.
That's the end.
Okay, Bat Rider is also on the side of NoBounty.
Never mind. Disregard that. Void Spirit needs to win that matchup.
There you go. There you go.
Hard to win that matchup.
All right, let's go and see how this second game is going to play out with Moxie and VSJ.
Well, BSJ, I hope you remember the lineup better than Cap did in terms of which heroes are on which side. But it definitely seems like NoBountyHunter has a very good plan on how they want this game to run. So that being said, what do you think has to go right, besides getting a time machine, like Owen said, for the side of the Hippos here?
Honestly, if you ignore what players are playing what, I like the Dire draft a lot. I think the one concern I have is that they didn't pick a roaming hero to gank the Bat Rider mid, as they were talking about on the panel that the Void Spirit Bat Rider matchup's all about who can kind of kill who with their level 6s. I'm a big fan of the Void Spirit matchup here. I'm a big fan of the game Slark should have for himself. I was actually thinking Mars was a nice last pick for NoBountyHunter. But for me, it doesn't even sound like the perfect pick. It's really hard to play him in the Shadow Demon, in the Beastmaster. Slark and lane should have a pretty nice time. The only concern I have is waves side of Hippomaniacs. If Terrorblade's gonna shove waves, Bat Rider's gonna shove waves, Mars is gonna shove waves, Otto's gonna shove waves. And on the other hand, you have Slark, who with this momentum early that he will need to gather, he doesn't shove waves nearly as well as these heroes. So that's the concern I have for them, but I actually like Hippomaniacs draft to win this game. If you ignore Desire on Earth Spirit.
That is a really big deal. That is one of his absolute favorite heroes as well to play. And actually what was kind of interesting, I'm not sure if a lot of the other people know this, is that actually Blink plays the Earth Spirit off lane as well. So there was a little bit of flexibility with that if you've done your home, of course. But I do think that Desire really shines on this hero in particular. And I think it's going to be something that the Hippos are going to have to be very aware of during this laning phase. Wandering around and being very aggressive.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for his early rotation to mid at some point. I think it's probably going to come when both Batrider and the Void Spirit hit 6, but it might come even sooner. This matchup in the mid lane is incredibly volatile, and so far for what I've seen, it's easier to gank on the Void Spirit's team than it is for the Batrider. But Earth Spirit's definitely a 4 that's capable of bringing down a mobile hero like Void Spirit, and I think it's like going to be pivotal for who wins this game.
It definitely feels too like even when the Earth Spirit isn't super in favor, if you have a good Earth Spirit player, it still just does so much. It looks so good. And like you said, you know, it's a little bit easier for the heroes on the side of the Hippos to do these sort of ganks. But in the hands of a very competent player, I think it could cause a lot of problems for the side of the Hippos.
I'm just licking my chops at this Slark game, though. This is a nice Slark game. And the Shadow Demon, albeit isn't the most amazing pick here, it is great disruption for the lasso, and it is great as we move forward throughout the game of disrupting the Terrorblade and having him just wail on himself. One of the highest base damage heroes in the game, if not the highest when he's in the Metamorphosis. So, we'll see him doing CM things. That's no news.
Yeah, Desire doing Desire things on the Earth Spirit, too, as he managed to get the first blood. But, you know, sometimes you can say it's a good omen, right? If the Crystal Maiden isn't the first blood, the sacrificial hero, then something's wrong for some teams.
You know, that's like Thanksgiving dinner for Dota. You know, you see it, you know it's going to happen, you're looking forward to it, and it's just a matter of time.
Except when you're Crystal Maiden. You're definitely not looking forward to it when you're the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, but at least you're, like, emotionally and prepared for it, you know?
That's true. That is true indeed. See a little bit of harass going back and forth, but otherwise it's been fairly quiet in these lanes as everyone's waiting for, you know, the runes to come up. That way maybe we'll see a rotation come. That Curry, we do get a bit of a pause here, but looks like Desire's trying to go and mess with the stack timing. And Slark, though, just get a couple clicks off here. That might be turns around. Do have 1 pounce. And if the CM makes her way back over, perhaps they put a little damage on Desire. Someday Senny will get there, though. You know, it's the Crystal Main. Does take some time. I think you're just gonna roll on out, Autobots. Yep, just like that. Even throws out the tip.
Yeah, nice try. Curry's side there to try to block the roll. Really cool interaction. The Mars had dragged the creep wave into his own tower, so Slark had nothing better to do at this time. CM was trying to stack the small camp. Earth Spirit was trying to block it, and CM requested some help from the Earth Spirit because you saw last time what happened when CM's left to her own devices. And that's the benefit of having Slark here, but he is going for the 2 points in Essence Shift, so he's kind of all in on winning this lane. I don't necessarily like that much, but bottom lane, we do have an engagement.
Yeah, and like you said, that disruption does so much damage here to Khan. He's got to try to fight against himself. Does not feel good. Feel good either when they get turned around on the Keeper of the Light either.
It's not going to feel very good when he has 4 items. How I look at it, the stronger the Terrorblade gets, the stronger those illusions get. I don't even, if put in the right position, will actually be able to kill heroes with just those illusions. And you can disrupt illusions for normal illusions, as Mambo does dodge the Earth Spear roll, but he's got 9 stickies.
He's got a lot. This is not enough. Manages to draw back. Maybe Senny can put off a little bit of damage, but I don't think they have enough to actually take down Thucky here. Desire just kind of making his way over. Oh, look at that luck, too. Get yourself a regen rune. Everything feels great if you are this Batrider. Not so good if you're this Crystal Maiden, but at least she's probably... No, look at Desire. He wants this kill. Ticks coming down. Not quite enough damage, though. Not today.
CM was forced to rotate and salve himself. Look at the top lane. Clark got an engagement with the Mars, and he doesn't have any salves. He was banking on that salve from the Crystal Maiden. So not only is this rotation and gank coming out from their Spirit owning the mid lane, but it's also owning the top lane. Desire having the impact we fully expected to have. Owen is not disappointed as he's now on the bottom lane.
He's giving Flash a little kick here. Manages to save the Keeper of the Light. Is Desire out as well? Oh, at the very last second, Beck gets the final hit. That would have been so sick, though.
I think it was sick either way. I can't believe he got out there.
That's a good teammate right there. Just says, get on, get out of here, leave me behind. And he almost made it out himself.
I'd call it sacrificial, but I think thought he was going to get out there.
I thought he was getting out there for sure. It was very, very close. Yeah, look at this. Look at a bit of the replay here. Flash slows and everything. Desire just gives him a little boop. Get down, Mr. President. Gets taunted right back in. Almost made it out.
Radiant are
Tad surprised they didn't consider running this Slark in the mid lane again, based on what we saw with Miracle earlier this week. But we do have the disruption into the Remnant combo. Not a bad combo, but since Void Spirit's only level 5, doesn't have the kill threat.
Ooh, I think Ducky might have gone a little bit too far here. Does have the lasso, drags back on Mombos. Not quite enough damage, but Blink gets the kill on Curry in the top lane, so I think NoBountyHunter is very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the way he's played this lane on Slark. I think the multiple points in F's shift tells me that he thinks he's supposed to win against Mars. And I just don't think you're supposed to win against Mars on most safe lanes. It's too inefficient for you to trade with him early. I think Slark's going to scale really well into this game if he just kind of takes a chill pill, maybe feeling a bit of pressure from what happened in the first game. But Tepek is getting a nice tier 1 tower bottom. Might be able to turn that into a kill as well. Icing on the cake as this Beastmaster steamrolling. We saw it on the other team last game. Now looks like we're going to be getting an early Necrobook as he's already got it flying out to him. 7 minutes.
Blink's taking a decent chunk of damage here. He is trying to run away from Curry and Sunny. Turn back around and just go hit it. And look who's here. It is, in fact, Desire. He slows everybody back down. He's going to get frostbitten, though. Curry getting some of those nice essence shifts stacked. Should be a kill for him here. Does have the stick charges. One more hit should do it. Can they get there? Yes. Curry will be able to take down Desire.
And never get baited by those people that hold on to their stick charges till the last second, man. You got to look at their inventory and you gotta be ready to follow them up. Luckily, there's no response from the Radiant team. Still able to get the kill. Now that Slark's gonna get his level 6, top lane is salvaged. Mars, even though he lives, is forced to go back to base, freeing up this creep wave just long enough for Curry to secure his ult.
I have to say, I love the movement coming out of the Hippos here. They've made their way over to the mid lane. They're looking like they want to put pressure on the mid tower. Peck over here on the side is just going to go and jungle up a little bit. Muff will reveal his positioning. But I like the way that they're playing here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Are they going to take the bait is the question. Desire hanging back. But with the reveal of Tepek, looks like they're just going to go and just try to push down this tower. We'll send Flash over, though.
Middle tower is under attack.
Try to clear up this creep waves a little bit, take down some of the...
Yeah, I'd like to see Slark choose to go bottom here sooner or later. They are rotating to his lane for now, and he might be in some trouble. No Firefly for 20. Slark sees him. He realizes there's a ward here as well because out of vision or in vision from it.
Gonna be a net dead and lucky there. But that does open up this mid a little bit for them to damage Mambo, so just dragging back the creeps. Roll forward from Desire. Already anticipated though, nicely done by the Void Spirit. Invasion wrapping around, coming out from the side of the Hippos. Careful, NoBountyHunter. Lulled into a false sense of safety as Khan is forced to run away from his own triangle. That feels good. Blink, engaging with Mombos, who does have himself a double damage rune. Desire, throwing back one of the stones. Turn back around. Looks like they're going to try to make some plays over here onto Tepek as they go. They land him over into the tree. Flash will go down, though, and that bubble coming out buys him a little bit of time. Still manages to get the kill, and they are going to end up losing the Shadow Demon.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I like the idea that they're going for with this invasion coming out from Hippomaniacs, but I think it's just trying to get a little bit too much done a little bit too early. But Desire might be, he's literally just dead.
He's absolute tough. They get the Garena off, but they don't have anything to follow it up. So they're just going to spend a little time in the playpen here over on the Hippos, but upset about this as they go snap up a bounty rune. Refill that mana, but Khan finding a little bit of space here in this top area. Who can space that's given to him.
Curry is about to show you why you never ward against Slark. D Ward purchases his own sentry, 140 gold going his way. Immediately TP's bottom afterwards. I like this rotation a lot. Leave his team to defend top. Beastmaster's already freed up that area for you. And now the Peck gets kicked back in.
Speaking of the Beastmaster, nice little bit of a save from Muff. They're going to wait patiently. The roll forward, though, coming out from Desire. Eliminate comes through. That's a very dead to Peck. Looks like Desire maybe has gotten just a bit too far. Turns back around. He wants his kill on Muff, but he has a couple of those charges. Are they going to be able to get the kill? Is he going to get it in time? It is indeed a kill for him before he goes down. Meta's been used in the top lane. Poor Stenny says, please, God, don't look in the trees. Just leave me alone. Life is really rough. And it looks like maybe she's going to walk into him here. Oh, Senny, what you doing there, girl? What you doing? Yeah, that's a dead Crystal Maiden.
Dire structures are fortified.
I
You're
get
right there.
Vengeful
I
Spirit
can hear you
vibes whenever
chuckling.
I see Beastmaster die. All of his summons are still alive, and it's like, did you really kill the actual hero here? His necro books
Dire's
clean up
top tower is under attack.
afterwards, regardless of his demise.
Sure. His necro books seem very powerful.
Almost is looking. And the key. I don't like that he's bottom here against the Spark.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It looks like the Void Spirit's gone back to mid. Curry is content to farm up the rest of his defusal. Is he going to join this fight? Appears he will.
Desire gonna roll on through. There's the roar coming out, though. It's not looking super great for Desire, as he is gonna die. Muff will go down to the tower, though. And now, though, in comes Curry. He's looking to try to get himself some of these nice stacks, but the spear will put him over to the trees. Be able to push him back a little bit more with the blinding light. Blink taking too much damage, though, over on the side. It looks like Flash also will get taken down here, as Thucky has to run away. He's trying to dodge it. He's got everyone. Crystal Maiden actually might just die in the back lines to that Firefly. I don't think Sunny realized how much damage he was taking there. Look at these necro books just chonking away over here
Oh,
at
God,
that rider.
that's-
Con? Was
That's
that just
not
the
how you
illusion
want to
thing?
go.
Roll forward. Oh no, it's turning around very rapidly now. Tefek getting dragged back here. No hope for him. He doesn't have any help. Down he goes. They'll take down these necro books, and it looks like the rest of the hippos are forced to run away.
That's efficiency. Terrorblade's been farming top this whole time, and his illusions killed a Necro Book and a CM. Not really sure which one was worth more, but he did get both of them.
Oh, that feels bad if you're CM. Not even as highly valued as the necro book creep. All right. Well,
Tower is under attack.
looks like the push is on here for this mid tower. Step 4, though, coming out from Mambo. Spear comes out. We'll actually connect over onto Muff. Chakra magic being used over on Blink, giving him that refresh cooldown here. And he kind of wandering around a little back and forth, man, just to get the frostbite on. But here we go. We've got the metamorphosis, and Senny just evaporates as the push continues now for this mid tower. Peck standing off to the side does have the roar available, but seems like they're reluctant to actually go and engage
Dire's middle
close
tower
off to the
has
side,
fallen.
hoping maybe the 14-minute rune will show up bottom. You lucky guy, though. Is he a good mid player? Does he know? Nope, it's
Radiant's
top.
bottom tower is under attack.
Slark does have his defusal done. Needs to get a lot done with this initial timing during the time that the metamorphosis. I think that's a big window for Hippomaniacs to capitalize on, as they have lost their mid tower. Hopefully they can retaliate with a mid tower of their own. But Beastmaster, they've been doing a good job of shutting down his momentum this game. Even though he's still getting the kills early, I think that's kind of unavoidable. And they're reciprocating with kills on the Beastmaster himself. So Terrorblade's got all the space in the world to farm. Indike's got his boots of travel going BKB. And this is a good move. This is what they need to do. I mean, even if it just means walking at the tower.
This is the third attempt to go for the tower. Mambo's jumping in deep, trying to go and grab up Desire. They're followed up with a very nice arena. The spears are coming out. He's trapped 4 of them. Senny gonna have to let it go here, but immediately gets stunned up. Blink will fall. Senny also takes too much damage. Peck trying to run away. He cannot do it. This Terrorblade is just putting out too much as Curry finds a kill on the courier. Now Desire rolling on out. Doesn't want to get caught here. Looks like Curry's really chasing after him quite a bit. Looks like he's gonna give up, though. Flash grabbing up some of these bounty runes. Bit of an odd fight.
Surprised they defended. Win pretty decently, though. 2 for 2 trade. They did lose the tower, so they got what they wanted. on. That's the real Terrorblade.
That is indeed. There's a lot of illusions over here on the ground. He can turn back around, though, get the Sunder off, and now Curry, he's having a little bit of difficulty because the rest of the team, they're following him up.
Ultimate.
They're just always there, trying to protect this Terrorblade. Kick back over onto Curry. He needs to get out there a little bit faster, a little bit more damage will be able to do it. Will he burn down here? It's finally enough to get him, as Desire also will fall, though, to Muff. But it's not looking like one of these supports is going to make it out. In fact, Sunny is the one that they have chosen. They will chase after him, hit him back right into that Firefly. One more hit will do the trick, and that's another kill here for Nadaki. Khan getting dragged back. Beautiful spear, though, coming out from Blink. Khan is just sitting so very low, and they need just a little bit more damage. They don't quite have it. The Yules is going to come out to Peck over here on the side. Looks like they'll finally be able to take down Khan. And Taki now having to run away, manages to go hit them back. Triple kill with that beautiful Firefly on the ground. Spear coming out from Blink will be able to ensure that Mambos goes down. And now Muff. Oh, Muff, it was a nice knowing you, my friend. That disruption was cute, but it's not enough to save you.
I think Curry is being a bit panicked with his moves. Diving that deep inside the map with no ultimate just yet. You saw him pay the price as he has a respawn.
He's
looking to make it happen again.
Yeah, I mean, the
he's
Shadow
definitely
Dance is
feeling
lovely,
way
but they have
here.
too much to just lock him down here.
I've been there in that spot, man. I've been there. He wants to make it happen for his team, but you're trying to live outside of the bounds of your hero's capabilities. I honestly, I want to root for them, and I want to say I favored their draft and all that kind of stuff, but Terrorblade, when he's got this advantage on Slark, what I mentioned of the wave clearing problem becomes worse and worse. Where you just never get to fight the TB. He's farming 2 or 3 lanes at once with his illusions. He's just going to out-efficiency you for the rest of the game. He's going for the Acceptor, which I really like. Really good synergy with the Mars Arena. One of the few fear mechanics that forces you to run into the walls.
Here, Mambos. Mambos is dead. Maybe he buys himself a little bit more time, actually. Does have the heals. Has to be careful. Muff making his way over. Mambo's taking a lot of this Firefly damage, though. He's just taking a bath, and a Desire rolling on through. Manages to go. They pop him back. They need a little bit more damage. Muff close out the disruption. Buys a little bit more time. The Frostbite getting used over here on Taki. He's taking too much damage from the Crystal Maiden ultimate. But over on the back line, Mambo still ends up falling to the dynamic duo of Flash and Desire. They go, they bring in Blink. They say, hey, we got a fight here. Would you like to take it? And Blink says, absolutely. Desire will fall, though, eventually due to Peck, as now the 2 heroes on the side of NoBountyHunter are forced to flee. Look at this Necro Creep just charging at Flash, chunking him down. This is not looking good for this Keeper of the Light. It is curtains for him. And Blink is the lone survivor of a very high-paced skirmish.
I just don't know the way back for Slark. These are 2 of my favorite carry heroes, Slark and Terrorblade, so I'm very familiar with how this matchup feels when one hero is ahead of the other. If Slark's ahead, he just has infinite map control. You can kind of just hunt the Terrorblade wherever he goes. Slark's behind. All the lanes are always on his side of the map, so he doesn't really get anywhere to go. Usually if it's about even, you find opportunities for both sides, but in this case, Terrorblade's already almost a full item ahead. Acceptor is pretty much just bonus net worth for 200 net worth ahead, 19 minutes in, and Slark is not a flash farmer. He relies on this momentum. They're going to need a team fight that drastically shifts the status quo of this game, and they're going to need it soon.
I think that's one of the problems for the Hippomaniacs is that the NoBountyHunters tend to move in packs, it feels like. And if they're not moving in packs, they have a coddle who can just bring someone right into the fight. We saw in that bottom lane, you know, they felt like they had the advantage, and all of a sudden Blink was there, and he just took out Mambos. Do you have a smoke over on the side of Hippos, though? They are looking for that engagement, but they don't have the Slark. He's just shoving out lanes. He said, not the greatest at that. Sunny,
yeah,
all right.
It's him versus a TB illusion, and the TB illusion is just doing just as well.
Oh God, Sunny's taking so much damage. Blink, though, over on the other side. They immediately find Muff. Disruption will buy him a bit more time. I don't believe it's going to save his life by any means, although Roshan gets the kill, so he's saying that he's, you know, hey guys, I'm helping, but he's not really. But they can easily turn this back around again. and go into this Roche pit. Look at this. They know that Tepek is here. He uses the roar, but he's going to have to use it defensively to run away. The blinding light gets used. Flash and Desire chasing after them, and Thucky's here as well. He wants this kill. He's going to burn him down with that Firefly. Final hit, though, going over to the side of Desire. Poor Flash, look at the damage from these Necro books. Good God.
Value Fluffy Hat, keeping him alive. I was seeing the podcast earlier. He was befuddled by all the fluffy hats. They're not only a fashionable accessory, but they also keep...
Bottom lane. Yeah, every time Curry tries to go forward against Blink, he immediately gets speared back. It feels really bad.
Yeah, when Slark's ahead in this type of game, they have to keep fending him off with their spells. And if he has like SNY plus Scotty, he'll be able to tank through all that damage. He will be relentless in his pursuit of his targets, but he's relatively squishy right now. And so they can kind of just throw all of their abilities on the ground to prevent him from doing the damage he needs to do. There's Firefly, there's all the Earth Spirit stuff, even the Mars Arena once it gets deployed, you have the Coddle Blast. You have to be able to just face rush through all of that damage, and right now he's not quite capable of doing that. And I'm concerned if Terrorblade's able to get to like BKB Butterfly, because I think at that point it'll be too late.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pinball in a lot of these fights. So they did manage to get a nice pick off on Flash. They smoked for that. Might be able to also get the kill on Tataki here. Nope, never mind, because he's got a BKB. Oh, they used the roar, so they will be able to get a double kill. But he buys out right before he dies. Gets that Blink Dagger online.
He's got 11 Essence Shift charges, stacks, the temporary ones. He's got 6 permanent ones. Let's turn this into something, guys. It's exactly how Slark operates. If you can just snowball kill after kill, then that 100-second window.
He's not hitting anything right now. He's gonna try to
walking through a ward though. He's got his sentry pulled out, ready to de-ward.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
All right, well, they'll take the top tower. This is, goes, grabs himself, you know, another 100 gold. Feels good.
Mars is struggling a bit here.
Oh no, Curry separated from his team, the silence, everything. He is just dead little fishy here. He was doing so much better too, you know, he got the chance to get some of those sticks. He got kill. Well, I don't believe he got the kill, but he got to participate in successful ganks at least, but how quickly it slips through his fingers now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They can probably go high ground with this. They don't really have a high ground Punisher on Hippomaniacs. They don't have the Bow Riders or the Mars themselves that can put you out of position when you're sieging that Tier 3. Terrorblade, one of the best siegers in the game. Coddle Terrorblade's a pretty sick combo. You have 2 non-ultimate abilities now that you have the Ags that are heavily benefited by the fact that you can refresh their... Actually, I actually didn't see it. It didn't look like Chakra Magic worked on the Terror Wave. I'll have to keep an eye out for that one.
Now that was a nice try here, Mambos. You just played just a little bit too long because all of a sudden Thucky's here. And the roll forward is useless to assimilate. Walks into Flash, is going to walk into Desire, into Blink. Everyone is here. It is a party. And you are not invited, my friend. God, could you see that? It was like connecting the dots between just NoBountyHunter heroes.
Yeah. I definitely know what it's like to not be invited to a party.
Aww.
I'm just kidding. Oh, maybe not. You never know. We'll find out later. But with my therapist. But this is just one of those situations where the map's going to quickly collapse. The fact that Khan can play this far up on the map with no meta says a lot about where they're at as a team. They're up by 5,000 net worth. The way I like to think about Dota is that every hero, when they're having a really good or a really bad game, it just kind of paints a consistent picture of what's going to be happening. And when Terrorblade's this far ahead, you pretty much never have any control of the map because he always is able to control two lanes himself. Bat Rider should be able to take care of the other. In case that's not enough, they've got Keeper of the Light. And the steroid from Keeper of the Light on Terrorblade, it's not that noticeable early, kind of like the Ember Spirits and the Bristles, but that Chakra Magic on just refreshing his illusions and constantly spamming his spells that he usually doesn't have the mana regen for is just so nice at this stage of the game.
I will say it feels like teams that have a very good Keeper of the Light have been winning recently. It's definitely just such a strong hero with the changes that have been made. I don't know. Is it purely just, you know, that the hero is this good, or?
The thing is that Terrorblade pushed out bottom, then got recalled mid, and then summoned an illusion mid, and then he walked top, and he also got given mana. You're basically getting transported around the map. You're basically getting boots of travel back to your base, and then boots of travel back out is what you...
See if Flash can help his brother out here. He slowed down. There it is. There's the arena. Silence gets thrown out as well, but in comes Khan's Spear. Just connects so lovely here as they managed to go. They drag back. Curry was not even a part of this fight at all. He was definitely an unwilling participant, as now Desire rolling forward again. The roar comes out, goes. They bounce him back again. Peck looking for his way to get out. Desire taking down to a lot of damage, though. Is going to fall over here. Muffy's going to hope that he can get out. Looks like he's going to be able to make it, but you know who's not going to make it is Peck, as he does eventually fall, and the Crystal Maiden will be able to teleport away, just because they don't have anything to lock her down.
Yeah, Curry looked like the guy that, the introverted friend that everyone tries to get to go to the party, but he's just like refuses to go, and you never really see him in public events, and then he just got dragged in and died immediately. You know, he's like, why am I here? And then gone, and it just looks too easy to execute on the side of NoBountyHunter. The Arena into Fear did actually come into play there. Got the Void Spirit after he was able to ag silence all of Khan's teammates. So that potency is already there. They're going to need some BKBs. They're going to need some damage. They're going to need some... They're going to need a lot of sums.
Yeah. Does look pretty rough for these hippos, but... You know, they're going to try. I like it, because, you know, every single game counts so much here in this round robin setup. So they have to make sure that they give it their all. You can't just tap out easy.
Life just got interesting.
Both needs
Dire's top
careful.
tower is under attack.
Quite notice them. All right, the jump forward for staff though. And again, they have people nearby. So Curry going after the Mars. Going for the Flash. Blink hiding in the corner. Does not have enough mana for that TP though. Just begging. Does also have the the Vladimir's offering over in there. Crystal Maiden
And he actually
aura.
backpacked it so that the aura wouldn't show on the creeps that the Slark. That was kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Cost him mana regen, so he couldn't TP yet, but the idea was clever.
You got to do, right? Sometimes it's these little things that end up turning to your favor.
Yeah, they stopped looking for him, so it says that it kind of says it speaks for itself there, as the Slark would have probably pursued him if he sees those creeps life-stealing.
Desire just rolls out of there as fast as possible. It's nothing to do with that, and you can see the Bat Rider teleport out, knowing that there's a lot of heroes from the side of Hippos making their way over to him.
It looks like Chakra plus Terrorwave does work. I'm giving confirmation, so even more synergy from this duo than it used to have. The fact that Metamorphosis is supposed to have a 155-second cooldown, and instead it ends up usually being about 130 after all the Chakra magics, that's just so strong for the sustained push that Terrorblade offers late game, because he's usually only hampered by his cooldown dependence.
I mean, a lot of the times they say that Terrorblade has two ultimates, right? The fact that he's got the Metamorphosis and the fact he has the Cinder. They will slow them down, though. Looks like they were going to try to take that outpost. But there's only so many times that Muff can go over there before they're going to collapse on him, because it is, of course, all of the side of NoBountyHunter division placing those nice wards. So looks like Hippos is just gonna let this tower go. They're too afraid to go forward.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, he was able to postpone the BKB purchase because of the Aegis, which feels even better as a carry player. He's got the Scotty for the all-around stats. When you're allowed to go these luxury items, you're the carry that's benefiting. When the opponent has to go Diffusal Basher to try to bring you down and you're just going all these stat tankiness items, that's when you know you're really feeling good. He does have the BKB complete. He is unkillable. And he's got the Vlad's aura. He's got so much enabling on the side of NoBountyHunter for Khan here, as he's going to get a second Aegis if all the other things weren't enough. I can't imagine they could test. I don't even know how they would if they tried.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like they're too interested, right? You can. That's the Beastmaster's in the top lane. He's just trying to have it out, and the rest of them are over in their triangle. Spooky for them. It's gonna be a second Roche taken by NoBountyHunter, and I think it's go time. I think it's time to breach the high ground. Maybe get yourself a Beastmaster. Oh, only gonna be able to catch the zoo here. Tepek thanking his lucky stars. He did not get caught because very essential fight. Mambo's bottom lane. Desire rolling forward, hoping that maybe he can grab Dismant to science him up, and it comes attacking. They want to just get rid of this Void Spirit as Flash is also here. Look at Curry. He just turns around. He's like, absolutely not. Sorry, my friend. I am going home.
God, Void Spirit or Earth Spirit's annoying. I watch this hero and he's just ridiculous. You always dodge his like initial volley of stuff, and then he just throws out another volley of stuff. And most heroes don't have the capability to dodge that second one. As the Yule Scepter basically alley-oop.
All right, the BKB came out, but so did the Roar here. So Insaki taking a lot of damage. Blink, though, coming in hot. He's trying to keep him alive, and it looks like he's going to be able to because the roll comes out, too, over from Desire. There's just too much damage to Peck. He's going to get taken out. Curry now in the Shadow Dance. Is he going to be able to lead? The roll comes forward. No, he's stunned. That is a dead Slark for 70-something seconds. Oh, no, Hippos. It looked good, DSJ. It looked real nice.
Yeah, it does. It looks so good. If Slark's more on even footing, that's perfectly fine. He's got that extra damage to bring them down quicker, so it doesn't that long, and he doesn't have to linger long enough for the Terrorblade to show up. But instead, this is the only benefit, that as Terrorblade gets more rich, the chat. Okay, never mind.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I knew what you were going for, though. Yeah, you know, the strength of my enemy then becomes mine. Sense, but not when the illusions immediately get evaporated here. The taunt comes out over on the side. Muff's going to join, make his own illusions. From a little bit of more fighting power. They're pacing out of the space. Not sure how I feel about that. It feels like they might get faded a bit.
Yeah, they accidentally purged a Terrorblade illusion rather than the Terrorblade himself, so I think they were going to try to chase with that and realized they couldn't.
Mambos? Guess he thought those were both illusions. The taunt comes out there. Are they going to be able to slow him down? Will-O-Wisp gets dropped. Blink, though, over here on the side. Manages to steer. They'll turn it right back around again. Get the Sunder off. And it's just a matter of time before they're going to lose to Peck. But he does fall. Glimmer Cape over here onto Muff, but the Dust Spy coming out here from this Earth Spirit. Muff is going to get slaughtered, as now they'll end up getting the kill on Desire. There's 2 buybacks, though, coming out immediately. So Desire, he's having a great game. He got a little overconfident there with the roll. But they do force 2 buybacks out of the side of the Hippos.
Yeah, everyone gets one of those. You're allowed to go completely crazy one time.
Oh, well, looks like the Keeper of the Light is going to get taken out here. No. So a little consolation prize, but they got to do a lot off of this push.
Terrorblade's about to double up the #1 net worth Dire squad here. That is not what you want to see if you're a Hippo fan. They are pretty deadly animals, so.
They are. There's actually a whole problem with Pablo Escobar's Hippos, apparently. They're like taking over.
I've heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, he like imported a bunch of hippos and now they're destroying the ecosystem or something to that effect. Dangerous creatures.
Sounds like human nature. Sounds like something we would do.
You know, but sometimes you just gotta have them hippos, apparently.
Yeah, I was about to say, we got some cool-ass hippos, though.
Oh, no, the pull back over here. They've had enough of Tepek, and there's just too much damage. He is gonna fall, and it looks like Crystal Maiden is not gonna be lucky here. She is also going to get caught out, so that's a double kill now for Khan. No buyback on Tepek. Yeah, buyback at the Crystal Maiden, you know, if you need that aura, because he's not really able to do much of anything else in these fights, unfortunately.
Queuing up the Swift Blink for Khan, one of my favorite items now. Now that they've buffed it so much, seems like the new hot thing Agi carries. As that it's effectively 75 attack speed and 75 damage once you blink, and you're also 40% movement speed phase. Really fast, and you hit really hard.
God, mid one was like really insane with that Swift Blink in the other game. He looked like a Beyblade just rolling around there. He spins. But down go the buildings, and all the Hippomaniacs can do is just watch as they're getting ripped apart. Muff managing to go forward here. Gets off another one. Oh, the taunt comes out, though. like Khan gonna try to man fight. No, but he's got the Aegis. Will-O-Wisp drop BKB over here onto Desire. He's gonna try to slow it down. Can they get the kill on Mambos? It's looking pretty damn good as he is just taken out. As the rest of the side, there's no buyback now on Mambos. No buyback on Tepek. He's gonna be up in about 18 seconds, but the Slark can't go in there. He's gonna get manhandled, BSJ.
Yeah, it's mainly that he just doesn't have enough damage to be enough of a threat where they have to focus it. They can kind of just kill the rest of his team, ignore the Slark, and by the time he comes out of his ultimate, the rest of his team is dead, and he's on his own little island of death, pretty much. The party he wasn't invited to, as we've already mentioned too many times, probably for his liking.
Yeah, that sounds like a very emo Slark. Like, dragged a party, didn't want to be there, goes to his own party on the island of death. Some eyeliner. Poor dude.
I think the eyeliner came before all of that, but, you know, order of events doesn't always matter.
You know. But yeah, this is a sad Slark, because look at this. Blinks over here and blinks away into a lot of heroes. But again, Desire is like always here. He's always ready to fight, and they get the kill on Tepek before he can do anything. Willow was getting dropped as well to sleep, dragging everybody back in, and they're just taking a bath in this Firefly Zenny over on the back lines. They lose Mop, they lose Zenny, and now it's looking like this is going to be a dead Curry. The GG gets called. NoBountyHunter taking this in very convincing fashion.
Radiant.
That Desire Earth Spirit, they must be really good at Lycan, or Hippomaniacs must be really afraid of Lycan. I'm not entirely sure. Owen said it well. I agree. If a hero's good in the meta and somebody's this good at that hero, you either have to have a really specific plan for it, or have to get rid of it. I do like